These are my 6 audience members. Today I'm going to be teaching you all how to paint your own perfect canvas. The one question I get asked all the time being an artist is, how do you paint your own canvas? So there's 3 steps I'm going to teach you in order to paint your own canvas. The first is that you need to choose your topic. The second is that you need to have the right materials. And the third is actually painting onto your canvas. So with the first area is choosing your topic. And there's 3 different ways you can choose your topic. The first is you can look at Pinterest or other pictures of art online, or you can even go to an art museum and look at the different paintings on the walls. The second way is you can brainstorm ideas, like with a speech or with writing a book. You can brainstorm your ideas just like on a piece of paper, write them down, give yourself a time limit, and then pick your favorite topic out of your list that you create. And the third way you can pick your topic is by doodling, kind of the same as brainstorming, but instead of writing ideas, you draw your ideas on a piece of paper and then choose which idea you like the best. Alright, the second step for painting your own canvas is you need to have the right materials. So the first material that you need is a canvas. Now I usually use bigger canvases than this. This is probably an 8x8. There are different shapes. This is more of a rectangle. You can also get squares and circular canvases. You might have to order a circular canvas. You don't really see them typically in stores. The most important thing about your canvas is choosing which size works for you. And when you go into the store, it'll have a wrap over it and it'll tell you 12x12, 8x8, 12x8, and that is how you can choose. You also need to pay attention to what kind of canvas it is. They'll tell you if you can use acrylic paint, oil paint, or watercolor. The next thing you need is paint. Now, I will be using acrylic. Acrylic is nice. It is a very good paint for beginners. It comes in a variety of different colors. What's nice about acrylic is that if you mess up, you can wipe it off before it dries. And if it does dry, you can paint on top of it. There's also watercolor, which I only suggest using watercolor if you want to experiment. It's a little bit more messy and it works better for landscape paintings. And then there's also oil, which I do not have. Oil is more for professional painters. It is really hard to use and it's also extremely messy. The third most important thing you need are paintbrushes. Paintbrushes matter by size and shape, just like canvases. There are 2 different types of paintbrushes. There are flat, they look more like a square, and they're round. And also, there are small, and they're big. Now, the other thing that matters with paintbrushes, just like with the canvas, is that they're made for different paints. These are all acrylic paintbrushes, since I usually use just acrylic paint. It's just like a canvas. It'll tell you when you go into the store to buy paintbrushes if it's made for acrylic paint, oil paint, or watercolor paint. You will also need water to wipe off extra paint, especially before you switch colors. And I always use paper towels to dry off the paint brushes after the water. Right, and the third step for creating your own perfect canvas, picture on a canvas, is to actually paint your picture on your canvas. Now what I usually do before I start is I draw it out with pencil and erasers, but I've already done that, and that is not a required step if you feel nervous about just painting freehand. So this is my canvas. This is a 24 up and down by 36. It was made for acrylic, and my topic was my characters from my book. Alright, and I will show real quick using white paint how you just paint on your canvas. Okay. So just take your time and make sure you don't get paint on your clothes. Acrylic paint does not come out of clothes once it dries. So I recommend wearing a shirt that you don't care about getting paint on it, because most likely you'll still get paint on your shirt. Just like that. If you're going to do a small area, use a small brush. And if you're going to paint a bigger area like carpet, I used a big brush for that. Alrighty. And so this is what it'd look like if you had just started. About 25% done with this. Now a final example, I have two. Depending on how much time and detail you put, this one took about 2 weeks. This is final. And this one is a little bit less detailed. This one took about 1 week. So to recap, to make your perfect painting, you need to pick a topic, acquire the right materials, and paint your picture. I wish you all the best in your painting endeavors.